All right, guys. So today we absolutely smashed our take profit. We made absolute bank on our three Alpha Futures accounts. So without any further of ado, let's get straight into the trade recap. And yes, guys, we are absolutely cooking this month. November has been insane for me so far. As you can see, the first week of November, we started with one take profit and then, one stop loss and then one smaller win. Um, yeah, so we lost almost $500 and then made back 232. So first day of the month was red, but then Tuesday no trade. Wednesday we absolutely smashed take profit. All right, as you can see right over here. Let's look at my TradeZilla stats. So I took the short right over here all the way down there, 1 to 2 RR. So that was very, very good. And then we got break even the next day, which was super unfortunate, by the way, because I went long right over here, got break even, and then it went straight up to my target. So that was a take profit, basically. And then on Monday as well, I could have absolutely banked, but I moved my stop loss to break even. And look at that. So we went long right over here. Got break even right over here with this wick. And then we got absolutely insane. So yeah, bro. This was horrible, but again, it was alright. And then the whole week we had not even a single trade. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we had no trade at all until right here today on Monday. We absolutely banked for 1.568 per account. So as you can see, this stop loss was so basically, let me get straight into it right over here. Let me turn off the chart executions. Yes, these are my Alpha Zero evals. I know this is an eval, so it's kind of gay, but hey, man, you gotta pass them. So, what the fuck am I looking at? Show chart executions. All right. So, by the way, I could have passed them all like today because Alpha Futures has like no maximum. You can pass it in 1 day pretty much. And if I held it longer, I would have passed these accounts. But that's okay. Anyways, we got like $600 more to make. Yeah, like pretty much a 1 to 3, 1 to 1 RR. Anyways, so coming into the morning, what happened was we went absolutely, we were super, super bullish, as you can see right over here. So we swept the sell side liquidity, and then we were inside this 4-hour bearish gap, inside this hourly gap as well. And then we started getting displacement higher, right? So we were displacing higher and higher and higher until we got into this hourly fair value gap. Now we did inverse to the upside this fair value gap, but this fair value gap is more discounted. So I was only looking to target the more premium hourly fair value gap. Now, once we got there, right, we had an SMT with ES, right? So S&P did not, right? So as you can see, ES did not enter and did not sweep this buy side and did not tap this hourly gap. So from here, I was looking for pretty much any displacement lower, right? Any displacement lower to confirm that we're gonna go lower. Because one thing that I've added to my trading, which was incredible for me, was adding confirmation, right? I'm waiting for the market to tell me it wants to go down or it wants to reverse, right? So we waited and we got the 5 minutes for value gap, 5-minute bearish for value gap to the downside, right? All right. So after we got that, I was waiting for a tap back into that for value gap, which never came. But we had another SMT. So as you can see over here, ES created that 5-minute bearish value gap as well and tapped right into it while the S&P, while the Nasdaq did not. So I was looking at it and I was saying, all right, guys, S&T. Now it's not exactly my model, right? So technically I should have waited and not taken entry. Yeah, so I was like, all right, if we inverse the gaps to the downside, we're going lower without even tapping the gap. So what happened was we had this 2-minute, which was the highest time frame for value gap in the leg, right? We had this bullish 2-minute right over here. And we inversed it right all the way down here. So of course, I'm not gonna take any entry within that. So what I was doing, I waited for a retest in that gap. But so the thing is, I wasn't fully convinced because my model says I need to wait for a tap into the 5-minute fair value gap, right? And we did not get it. So I was not fully convinced that we're gonna react only because we retest the IFVG. So I did not enter on the retest, but I can show you guys on freaking Project X that I pretty much, oh, there you go. All right, so we had this 30 seconds right over here. We had this 30 seconds for value gap. And once we inversed it with this candle over here, I entered on the retest. So that was my entry over here. Stop loss was above the candle high, right? So like around the high of this candle. And then I was targeting a 1 to 2 RR, 1 to 2 RR, which was way down over here. Whoops. And my break-even point was this blue line, this sell side liquidity right over here. All right, so this was my sell side. And then obviously I got stopped out for $500. But then I said, all right, I'm gonna wait for the tap. So this move up, I was like, all right, we're gonna go for the gap. But again, we did not tap the gap. And theoretically, we shouldn't even touch the gap because ES did. Now, of course, I would have taken the same entry if we tapped the gap or not. But pretty much what happened after we had this whole move higher, I was like, all right, if we inverse the highest time frame gap in the leg, we're going down, right? So let me just show the chart execution so it's easier for me and you guys to see exactly where I entered. All right, so we had this 3 minutes fair value gap, right? 3 minutes bullish fair value gap to the downside, which we inversed right over here, right? And then I ended up waiting for a retest and I took the entry right over here, right? So I took the retest right over here. Stop loss was a little bit above the IFVG, right? Because usually if the price will go in your direction, price really should not be retracing all the way above the IFVG. It can happen, you can get wicked out, but I was confident in this trade. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna put the stop 25 points above the above the IFVG. And then potentially I was targeting like the sell side right down here. But honestly, I said, all right, I don't want to get greedy because what happened was this, right? So let me go to a lower time frame just so I can show you more clearly. All right. So I took a short over here. We kind of kept ranging, and then we had one more manipulation higher, and then we got the move lower. So right over here, this was my break even point, and I went break even. And as you can see, because we went even lower, right, on this candle, I added another contract. So I was in with two mini contracts, and my entry, like my average entry was like around somewhere here, I'm pretty sure it was around somewhere like this level right over here. Yeah, so then I went break even here. So that was, I was like, all right, I'm kind of choking the trade, but it's still, I was fully convicted in this trade playing out. So I added another contract. Now I'm in for two minis. We had this retracement, and then once we pretty much inversed 30 seconds to the downside, I even added another contract, right? So at this point, I'm up like $2,000, right? After the 500 stop loss that I got before, I'm up like $2,000. And in my head, I'm like, all right, man, do not get greedy. I know these alpha futures account, right? You can pass them in one day. You can literally pass these accounts in one day, one trade, and you can pass it. But they have these rules. They let you pass accounts in one day because they know you will get greedy. They will know you will try to go for these home runs and pass the account in one day, right? So I was aggressively trailing my stop, right? I was trailing my stop to $2,000 in profit while I was like 2.2, 2.3K in profit. because I knew if this trade reverses all the way back up to my break-even point after I was up $2,000, I would lose my shit. Like, guys, you gotta know yourself. If I was in this trade up $2,000 and this was gonna reverse all the way back up to my break-even point, just because I wanted to go for that 3K profit and pass the evaluation in one trade, I would honestly lose my shit and be so mad at myself, like, for not taking profits. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna aggressively trail my stop loss, and pretty much in this retracement right over here, it got triggered, and I took out $2,000. So as you can see right over here, let me go to trades. So I took on pretty much that's one contract. I took 1,425 plus 680. So that was like $2,100. And yeah, the third contract that I entered like another contract though, right? So I entered one over here, and then one over here. So this one got stopped out at like a 25%, $25 stop loss. But I couldn't care less because I hit take profit. And I'm about like, let's say $633 away from passing the evaluation. So as you can see right over here, I have max allocation, hopefully on Alpha Futures. So that means that, yeah, um, every single account is on the same amount of dollars. So yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. About to be max allocated on Alpha Futures. Hopefully it's gonna happen very, very, very soon. Hopefully tomorrow. You know, all I need is pretty much a 1-to-1 RR trade, 1 to 1.1 or 1.2 RR trade. I risk 500, so I needed to make like $650 just for commissions and shit. So I need to make $650 tomorrow, and then I have 3 Alpha Futures account, no activation fee, no nothing. So these accounts are absolutely great. The zero plan, I think they're insane. And yeah, so that was pretty much my trading day. As you can see, so we're crazy. So we are up $2.3 thousand this month across 3 accounts. So times 3, that's about 7 point. Yeah, that's around $7,000, 7,000 and something dollars, $7,400. Which is nuts. Obviously, it's not real money yet. It's evaluation accounts. But yeah, we got 80%, 4 winning days, 1 red day. Overall, 66% win rate. It's actually more than that, just because as you can see, like on the last trade over here, like the last contract was like a red. So this is kind of gay, and I'm gonna delete that shit because delete trade because that's stupid, bro. Because that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so this is way better now, way more. Yeah. Yeah, so 75% win rate, 6 winners, 2 losses, 1 today, 1 last Monday. But as you can see today, we obviously banked big trade. So we're up a little bit less than that, of course, because I just deleted that $25 stop loss. Not stop loss, $25 loss, but it's not really a trade. So just another contract. Anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this trade recap. As you can see, of course, live executions, everything, absolute banger of a trade. And yeah, if you want to learn the model, right, let me know in the comments. If you want to learn the model that I used today and I used in general to get, these stats, yeah, let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about it. So thank you very, very much for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you in the next trade recap.